Hello, hello. Welcome to Two Chaps. We are Tammy and I are hosting. Well, I'm hosting. Tammy's hosting. Vintage Uprising, Texas. If you haven't been here before, I've chatted with a few new subscribers. So hello. I know one for sure in Oklahoma, which Tammy and I will be visiting sometime around the holidays before Thanksgiving, I think. And we will be in Oklahoma shopping before we go to Grandma's house. So welcome. I cannot believe Two Chaps is almost 1 year old. January will be our first anniversary. Oh goodness. So we'll let everybody get in. This chat goes fast. If you're new to Two Chaps, if you're new to live sales or these type of, well, not auctions, but live sales, this particular one, the chat goes really fast, and Scott and I do 10 items each. Sometimes it'll be 11 or 12 because we'll do a choice for one price, and then you get to pick either one item, both items, or three items, and it goes fast. So those who are bidding mean it, and they're bidding to win. So if you're serious about getting something, all I can say is jump on it. Scott previewed some of his things. I don't think I previewed anything. I try to show some of the haul every now and then, but I've got a pretty good mix. And hello, everyone. It goes pretty quick. So just some ground rules. First of all, welcome. We thank you for being here. This is a great community. We couldn't do it without you. It wouldn't be fun without you. So we thank you for supporting the two channels, Vintage Uprising Texas and Old Curiosity Shop, Scott's channel. And we're very happy that you could join us tonight. Like I said, this is month number 10. We started last January. So we're coming around 1 year. So like I said, we'll start. Most of these will be offers, I believe. We'll start, bid, we'll explain what we have and try to give you a little background on the item, dimensions. I'm shipping from Houston, Texas. Scott's shipping from New Jersey, Northeast. So, we don't combine ship, and we're going to ship from our separate areas. We both use pirate ship, so you'll get the absolute best price on shipping, and you are responsible for the shipping costs. So neither of us charge for materials or handling. You're paying for the item and the shipping only. We handle all of our materials, and we do not pass that cost on to you. So some do, some don't. We do not. Some other things, if there's no just in case, some channels do that. We do not. So it's the highest bid. Miss Karen Williams has been gracious enough to do starts and stops. And of course, Scott and I will call. I'll try to call all of them. And we'll interact as much as we can. So hello, everyone. KP, thank you. If you're new, I will have our emails scrolling on the bottom, as you can see. VintageUprisingTexas@gmail.com, and Scott is Old Curiosity Shop 99@gmail.com. So if you win, we, as KP has stated, we need your name, the YouTube name you are in the chat, where we're shipping it to, your address, and you need not. We both invoice through PayPal. You need not have a PayPal account. You can pay as a guest. So we will invoice. The invoice is generated from PayPal, but you can just pay credit card, debit card, and handle it that way. And when we invoice you, paid invoice, then we'll ship the item out to you. So I think that covers everything. And without further ado, I hope he's not picking his nose. I will bring in Scott to say hello. Hello, sir.
Hi there. Hi, Texas.
I heard you were going to wear a bow tie tonight. I guess that was wrong.
Well, I have bow ties and I know how to tie them. I don't do clip-ons. But I decided to go for one of my jazz age 1940s silk ties.
I love that one.
Oh, that's the real thing too, not from the 80s. Remember how some of the ties in the 1980s kind of had that look? But that's the real thing. Let's take a look at that. That's what you call a jazz age Art Deco silk tie. And I think it might even have the oh, wait a minute. I don't know. Can you? I didn't look at the tag.
The Walter Jones Shop, distinctive men's wear, Reading, Pennsylvania. Superb cravats.
Yeah,
cravat.
So let me get it back in here. And so hold on. Let me. You know how you have to do.
Ba 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 ba. Bah. You can do a little burlesque.
If you stay to the end, I will give you this chicken patty with feta cheese and spinach review. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you didn't see me about 10 minutes ago, but I will not smack my lips, I promise.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. My camera's all wonky.
No. Oh, what angle do you want? That looks great right there.
Whatever you want. Thanks, everybody, for joining us tonight. And I can't believe that it has been
we're coming up.
A year.
Yeah, January's the 1 year anniversary.
David, you can make us. There's a lot of gray around us.
Okay, there we go.
There you go. That way they get the full impact.
That's right. We're in your face. In your face TV.
We want you to have the full. Oh, what did I just do? Okay.
How many are watching from their television? Raise your hand. Oh, wow. Look at all the numbers. Wow. Some are on phones, some are on laptops. Another word of advice. Scott, I found out I know of one person that has never been to a live auction or live sale. And I just gave her some advice. Make sure you're in live chat. If you refresh your browser, it's going to default to top chat. You want to change that to live chat, and so you're catching everything. So that's just some advice. And if you're serious about getting an item, you may not be able to snipe it last second because of the different speeds of everyone's internet all over the nation. In our case, all over the universe. Let's be honest. I mean, Scott's here. People are bidding from Pluto. Which is not a planet anymore.
Well, somebody was chatting with me from New Zealand a few minutes ago.
Ah, really?
It's already 2:00 in the afternoon over there. Wonderful.
Wow. 2:00 in the afternoon tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Tuesday.
Wow. So they've already seen the show.
Well, they get New Year's Eve before we do. So I think New Zealand gets New Year's Eve first, doesn't it? For us Westerners?
It has. Yeah, it does. Are they the very first? Yeah, New Zealand, Australia, Tasmania is below Australia. So yeah. Wouldn't technically a portion of Antarctica get it first, since the continent encompasses all the time zones?
I don't know, David.
I think that's the only continent that has every time zone. It has to. I have to look that up. I have to check an Encyclopedia Britannica.
Well, I expect you to do that during the 10 o'clock intermission.
I will do that. Have you ever found your 5-minute intermission sign?
Yeah.
You did find it?
Yeah, I shoved it in the Hoosier cabinet one night when I was cleaning up and then forgot where it was. I found it.
Okay. Well, as I mentioned, Karen Williams will do our starts and stops.
Well, thank you, Karen.
We appreciate it. If she needs a break, I'm sure she'll recruit someone. You and I will call who the winner is, and we'll just get verification from them. I will try to keep up with all of that.
All right.
I know how both of us are like squirrel, and we get onto something else. So, but I will try to keep tabs. So, anything you want to mention, or maybe I missed something? I think I covered it all.
I think you did. Only that I would say that if you are new to either one of us, if you've never purchased from us before, we'll need you to send certain information to our email addresses. And please remember your full mailing address. A lot of times folks forget to tell me that. But also importantly, I need the email address that's connected to your PayPal account. And some people will write from Hotmail, but their PayPal account is a Gmail or I don't know. So don't just assume that I would assume that whatever address from which you are writing me is the address connected to your PayPal. Does that, you got it.
Right.
And if you don't have PayPal, that's not a problem, because tell us that and we can invoice you as a special guest, and you can click on a link and then you can just go and pay for it, and it's all so right.
I am ready. You are my guest. Please do the honor of going first, and
I'll do it, David.
There you go.
And I am delighted this evening to offer you, let's wait for just a minute. I don't even think. Now, am I not seeing? Hold on for a second.
What do you need?
I'm okay. Because I'm in a new spot, I'm kind of fiddling around a little bit. Okay. I've got for you a beautiful piece of carnival glass. This is an offer up, and we start at $19. The pattern is called Persian Medallion, and I did find it in my carnival glass book, but I want to thank a couple of my wonderful subscribers. Oh, you're all wonderful. Who knew instantly because they're carnival glass collectors. Persian Medallion. And if I remember correctly, this is Fenton. Yes, we don't really think of Fenton as being an early carnival glass, but they got there first. I think it was Fenton in 1904. There's 1904, 1905. People debate that. Look at the iridescence on it. We know what carnival glass is. Now, it's blue. You know that you don't go by that color. You don't go by that color. You go by the base color, whatever the actual color of the glass is, before it's been sprayed with the mineral salts and fired to give it that
Iridescent.
Thank you. I was so excited with my chicken patty over here, I forgot iridescence. So the pattern, Persian Medallion, and it does look like a Persian carpet. And it doesn't have any damage on it at all, which means no chips or cracks. And it measures 8 inches across, and it measures about 3 inches tall. And this is the old stuff. And I'm looking to see if we have any questions about it. But most of you, know your history of carnival glass. Was it called carnival glass when it was first made? No. Was it manufactured to be given away at carnivals? No. This was bought in department stores. And of course, it was emulating Tiffany and Steuben and the other expensive pieces of iridescent glass that, us everyday workaday folk couldn't afford Tiffany, but we could afford a piece of Fenton or Dugan or Imperial carnival glass. And your grandmother's bought it in 1904. By 1930, it was out the back door. And there was a lot of it floating around. And so it was given away as prizes at carnivals. And it came to be called carnival glass. You guys already knew that. Let's count it down. It's a really pretty piece, and it's one I don't find that much. So if there are no questions, David, do we have, I'm trying to, so we have a bid.
It's on the screen. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. You know how I am with these eyeballs. Okay, here we go. We're going to count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it on the Persian Pearl Fenton Blue.
Karen will have the stop, so we'll wait for her.
Carnival glass bowl. It's the only piece of Persian pearl I've ever had, a Persian medallion I've ever had.
And I see the stop, and I see Jan Marie Brunette Hunyadi at 52.
Jan Marie, is Jan Marie at 52?
Mm-hmm. And she's on the screen for your convenience.
I've got you, Jan Marie, at 52. And thank you, everyone who placed the bid, and thank you, Jan Marie. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Tony, you were asking about whether we see you. We see you. So we're going to have a start, and our moderator, Karen Williams, will put the starting price we have. So the numbers you see are the bids, and I'll try to keep up with highlighting who the current bid is as we move. It does go very fast, so just keep that in mind. With that said, my first item is starting at $17. Karen, if you have that, start at 17. Good old L.E. Smith, black amethyst.
Ooh.
It's the footed urn vase. Wish you could see these in person if you have not seen these.
Oh, the swag.
This one is 7.5 inches high. The top diameter is 4.5 inches. And then the square foot is, well, not square foot. This squared foot is 3.5 inches wide. Now, this particular one, this style, was produced 1934 to 1937. Now, this style was reproduced, but here's the kicker. Reproduced in 53 through 56. However, they only reproduced them for a confetti pattern on the glaze and then a web decoration on the glass. And how you know is that if that's worn off, these garlands are removed in the 50s. This is smooth, and then they have the pattern. So if you have the garlands, as I have here, you're looking at a piece from that's either 86 to 89 years young.
Yes.
And that's how you know. Garland, you're looking at 34 to 37. No garland, with the design maybe worn off, or maybe it didn't get painted. If there's not a garland, then you're looking at a piece from the 50s, the reproduction.
That's so good
and
to
these
know.
are just absolutely beautiful. We have a few in here. I think it's Bonnie that is collecting black glass and milk glass, and so she's combining that in her display for that milk and then black glass. And I bet that looks gorgeous. I'm waiting for a picture for her to email Tammy and I so we could see that. I bet it's gorgeous. But you run into these with a lot of nicks. No nicks on this one. Nothing wrong with the foot. Nothing wrong with the rim. And I will count it down. We're going to move along. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we'll set that aside. Karen's going to have the stop. There's the stop. It looks like I have Elderly Poodle at 29. Congratulations, elderly poodle. That is yours. We'll bring Scott in, and I'll clear the banner. That's how fast we go, folks. So be ready. Bid like you mean it.
You know what that is? Do you know what that is? Well, I'll just go ahead and tell you what it is. This would be placed on the table at a wedding. And the wedding guests were supposed to drop coins and stuff money into this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the bottom of it is solid. That's a pontal. And so there's plenty of room in the bottom. Well, I better tell you, we're starting at $20 and there's no damage. $20 and there's no damage on it. I flipped out. So I remember when I was a kid, they had these things called money trees, but I don't remember this. Well, anyway, this tradition goes back 100 years or more. So it's made of glass. It's all blown, hand blown. And once again, you could drop coins in the center of it. See? That's open. And then the coins would gather down here, but you could also stick dollar bills, $50 bills, $20 bills inside of that. And then the bride and groom would take this home, right? So they'd have money, and then they could use this at the center of their table as a flower frog. And all of those flowers from the wedding, you know what flower frogs are.
Yes.
So then you could put water in it and stick your flowers in it all around it. Now you say, well, what are we going to do with that thing now? Well, fast forward. Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fat. How about this on the center of your Christmas table? Yeah. And you put peppermint candies down on the bottom of it. And then you do an arrangement in it. I don't know. But that's what it is. Now, how old is it? I'm guessing. You've got antique ones that go back to the turn of the century. And then this custom was revitalized in the 1960s. And a lot of these were made in South Jersey. Vineland, Millville, South Jersey glass. When I turn this one upside down and I look for signs of glass, I see around the rim here lots of wear, which indicates that it's been around for a while. So
exactly.
It's hard to tell. Is this 1900 or is it 1960? With all that wear on the bottom of it, I get the impression that it might be one from that era, but it might not be. Anyway, it's hand blown, it's handmade, it's really unique, and that's what it is, and we'll count the thing down. You had a dollar dance. But this custom goes way back, and a lot of these, it's all hand blown and all attached here. Isn't that neat? What else would you do with it?
I think Helen would probably wear it.
Well, you know, I don't think my camera is high enough, but Karen Chasen Vintage, the high bid is now $20, and we'll count this down. That's the high bid. If you would like it, now's your chance, because we're counting it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On the wedding stuff your money in there thing. It's a funny looking thing. Ooh.
Okay, Karen Chasen Vintage is the last bid before the stop. And $25 is your bid. It's on the screen.
Did she outbid herself?
No. Verlaine came in at 21.
Okay.
So she made sure she got it at 25.
All right. Wanted to make sure. That's Karen Chasen Vintage. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, everyone who placed a bid.
Congratulations. That's a nice piece. Very nice piece.
Karen Chasen Vintage. Thanks. Thank you.
I'll go big and I'll keep her on the screen until you've got her.
I've got her because she's purchased before. I got you, Karen.
Excellent. Okay. I will clear the banner, Karen, before she yells at me. This next start is going to be at $18. $18. It's a pair of candles. Very cute. I guess porcelain and brass. Nice old felt on the bottom.
I'm going off camera while I have a bit of chicken.
Sure, go ahead. Smack away.
No.
So this pair of candles, and I'll highlight the start. Beautiful porcelain. I'll set one down so I can keep it still and you can look at it. Hand painted.
Those are nice.
Floral pattern. I love the scallops. Nice brass here. Then it has another brass insert for the candle. What I don't understand is the painting. Why are the flowers upside down? Is there something significant to that? I don't know. I think had I been painting this or designing, I would have had the floral going facing up. But these are hand painted, nice detail. Each candle are 3.5 inches high. The bottom is a 4-inch diameter.
Mm-hmm.
There's the original felt. Nice pink between the scallops and then around the edge of the base here.
They might have been on the Poseidon adventure, and when the ship turned upside down, I don't know if the pattern might have
on the Poseidon.
Hey, listen, it turned Shelley Winters upside down, so it could have easily turned those candlesticks up.
You know what? Then anything can be turned upside down. Here's the other. There's no chips, no cracks, no crazing on this porcelain. We do have a bid. Thank you, Craig. And I have you on the screen.
Oh, what a good German last name. Kleinernecht. Did I say it right, Greg? Is it Klein or Kinder? I'm trying to look if it's Kindernecht or
K-I. Kinder.
Oh, it's K-I. Oh, Kindernecht. Yeah.
So would it just, no, there's got to be a little more emphasis on Kinder, right? It's not just Kinder. Couldn't be, right?
No, Kindernecht. That's the night for children? No, night is not necht. Kinder. What is it? What is it in it's children, not children night. What is NECHT? Anyway, I need to be quiet.
Okay, well, I will count it down. Kinder's children.
Yeah, I know that.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So far we have Greg. We're waiting for the stop and KP's are check. I didn't get to see what you said, KP. Okay, Greg, those are yours. Thank you for your bid. And I will make Scott ready for his next one, and I'll hide that comment. Thank you, Greg.
What comment? Was somebody nasty?
No. The one on his name on the screen.
Oh, sorry. I have 2 glass fish. Wow, they're bookends. These things, first of all, $25 is the opening bid. There's no damage on them. They stand 8 inches tall, and they are heavy. $20 is the opening bid. I have never seen these before. I did a little bit of digging around, and I could not tell you exactly who the maker was, but they're stylized as if it was the 1930s. So you've got angelfish. I think that's what it is. And there are 2 of them, 8 inches tall. I love, look at the bottom. So I love the ocean waves here on the bottom. And then there's the angel. Look how, it's nice glass. Now it's not, it's heavy, but It's not Lalique. It's not anything. It's not crystal in terms of lead content, but it is good, clear, really pretty clear glass. I don't see any issues at all. The fins, there's no chips on the fins.
It has great brilliance to it.
It does. It's good glass, David. I don't know, you know, when you look at the way the fish is stylized, and I don't want to keep repeating myself, but you get that.
No, please do. I'm going to step away real quick. Go ahead.
Okay. You kind of get that 1930s, 40s feel to it, the way it's treated. But, and there's enough wear on the bottom that also indicates that type of age, but I don't know. So we have two fish. And they'll hold some books up, I'll tell you that. I don't know what else to say about them. Other than in all my travels, it's the first set of these I've ever found. And I don't know if anybody who knows, but Pisces bookends, why not?
Hey.
So,
I mean, there's no, as much as you go out and I guess source, you know, it's your living, right? You're looking for antiques. You run across things you've never seen before. That's going to happen.
mm-hmm. I love them. So we'll count these guys down. A while ago, David, on that black vase that you had, it had scallops on it. And you said how much you like scallops. I like scallops and I like flounder. And I'm kind of hungry right now. If I had a little tartar sauce, well, I'm counting down. 10, 9, 8. I overcooked my chicken. 7. Yeah. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. At the codfish ball, there won't be a hook in sight. Ooh, they're heavy. My gosh, they weigh 10 pounds together. Or at least 8.
Terry Trahan at 68 before the stop.
Terry, thank you. And Terry, I got to ask you a question, but I won't do it now. I'll either write to you or I'll call you or text you or something tomorrow. Because I want to ask you about one of those boxes.
Oh.
There's a mystery.
I thought it was going to be like trivia.
No.
Like, what's the fastest land animal?
No, I might have
putting people on the spot.
I might have some good news for Terry, even though I know those 2 boxes got there. I'm going to tell you to dig. We'll talk, Terry. And thank you for, we'll figure it out. All right. Thank you.
You've got Terry and the price, correct?
I've got it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone that bid on that item. That was gorgeous. Yeah. And it shows the fish. It shows just how fast these items go. And we're going to move right along. This next item I have is starting at 34. And you don't get one piece of this Czech coronet Art Deco pottery.
Ooh.
It's pottery. It's not glass. You don't get the one bowl, which is 8.5 inches across. You don't just get the vase with it. This is starting at 34. I think it's in there.
Oh,
Karen. So we have the vase, the bowl, but 2 candles in the same style. Now, these are monster. These are 10 inches.
David, I'm about to fall on the floor.
10 inches each on the candles. Beautiful design. Lovely orange. 9 inches on the vase. And I love the slender vase. Nice style to it. All one money. You're going to get all 4 of these pieces for one price, and then the bowl.
David, that is a fine. You've got the center bowl, the console bowl. You've got 2 candlesticks in a vase, black and orange, 1930s. Is it Czechoslovakian?
Yes.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It's beautiful, beautiful. It's some pretty things. We all love pretty things. Jeffrey Reed's in. What? No way. Karen, I think, is in at 34.
Hold me back.
So 9 inches on the vase. And I can't believe how monster these candles are. 10 inches. And look at the base on that. I mean, I have a big palm, and look at that.
Those candlesticks go to the gym 5 days a week.
Right? I mean, don't make your significant other mad because you're going to grab this candlestick.
Those candlesticks are fierce.
I'm going to count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. You're going to get all 4 pieces for one money.
Dave,
you don't run across deals like this all the time.
Those things have been together since 1935.
I mean,
Ish kabibble.
And Terry Trahan, I got you at 65.
Terry, you got a fantastic. Wow. Supercalifragilistic.
Expialidocious.
Now that is a pink vase. You know it's from circa 1930.
What are you starting at?
We're going to start at $22. It's 8 inches tall with no damage. It is pink. I know my lighting might throw you off a little bit, but it is pink, pink, you stink. And you know what? It's 8 inches tall. It's American made. It's got no damage at all. It's classic circa 1930. We know that these colors came on the scene in the 1920s, and it was all the rage until crystal came back into style in the late 1930s. But this type of glass, this glass came on the scene in the 20s. So I back my comment up a little bit. I kind of call these the flying buttresses. I suppose if I had spent a lot of time studying, I could have told you the exact maker. Remember, you see a lot of fan vases that look just like that. It was a popular form. All the glass companies copied each other. Some of the glass companies put this extra little, what else would you call it? Flying buttress. I don't know. They put that on there. Somebody says it looks like Rosalind Russell with her hands on her hips. So
with a cigarette.
Huh?
The hand folded under her elbow with the cigarette.
Oh, cigarette. So we see fan vases in the 20s and popular into the 30s. 8 inches tall, pink, no problems. It's got an optic design on the inside, as you can see. And I would guess that about 80% of the fan vases that I find, they don't have those little wings. They kind of just look like that. So you get an added bonus there. And it didn't get broken or chipped after all those years. It looks like KP might have the high bid at 28.
That's what I see.
And I shall delay no longer. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On the pink fan vase, circa, we'll say 1928. All right.
Okay.
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 Okay. Okay.
Give me 1 second. I'm refreshing, Scott. Give me a moment.
Quite. Let's ask Tammy about that.
No, let's not ask Tammy.
All right.
Tammy knows all the secrets. She knows where all the what's behind the little curtain.
Yeah, but she's worn out. That girl broadcasted for like 20 hours yesterday. I don't know how she did it.
Almost.
Every time I turned on the TV, there she was.
I have Ellen G at 35 before the stop. Ellen G, and she is on the screen for you.
Ellen G. Ellen G. Thank you. And you know what, Ellen? I'm not sure if you're new to me or not. If you are not new to me, that means I've got your information somewhere. But just in case that you might be new, you'll just send your information to Old Curiosity Shop. I think it might be scrolling at the bottom there, 99@gmail.com. And thanks for putting that. Oh, it says I know you. Oh, Ellen, don't get mad at me. She just said I know you, and here I am saying that I don't know you. But all right, if I know you, I know you. Sometimes I just can't remember all of the people, so I forgot you, Ellen. All right, David, it's your turn. Sorry, Ellen.
Okay, no problem. We're here not only to inform and to share some items, but also to entertain. So that's fine.
Well, I don't know how entertaining
Scott,
I was.
we're okay. We're okay. Next I have, this is starting at, only because these are very unique. I've never seen them before. These are starting at 14. It's a set of 4 cocktail stirrers. They're not glass. They're plastic and I guess vinyl. So starting at $14. They are bottoms up. Bottoms up stirs.
Oh my word.
Oh my goodness.
Now,
it was only fitting that I use a smaller highball to display these. I'll take one out. So if you want to get these for Uncle Joey, the holidays are coming up, and Uncle Joey is into this thing. I know this is like blush central, right? So
they are naughtily fun.
I like the very ingenious way the skirt is made. It's vinyl wrapped around the figure.
Tries that with your pantyhose.
David, you get a set. This is a set of 4. So bottom up cocktail mixers. I mean,
yes.
I wish I'd found 20 of these.
Yes, KP, my fun grandparents had them. They would have had that. Oh dear.
So you get 4 stirs, Ginny Mac's in at 14. Oh, we're all adults here. Some people are blushing, but it's a fun little item. You can switch it up every now and then.
Have fun. Either that or become an old curmudgeon. Have a good time.
Or look, they're riding the bus. Or they're swimming. They're ocean, and here comes Jaws. Bum, 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 bum.
Oh, no.
So you get 4 cocktail stirrers, not the glass. It's just what I'm displaying those in. So I'm not dropping them everywhere. These are all in good shape. Nothing cracked. It does have, it advertises what they are. Bottoms up cocktail mixer. Can't go wrong there.
Oh, those are fun.
They are fun. So I will count these down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And Karen will have the stop. We'll wait for the stop. Already see a lag. Now, Karen is not in StreamYard. She's going with the YouTube actual feed. So she's doing it real time for her. There's her stop. I have Mark Wanko. Mark Wanko gets it at 17.
You got a deal, Mark. Those are
Thank
hilarious.
you, Mark. Excellent.
Esther Williams. Mary Beth says it's Esther Williams. Swimming.
Okay, I'll make you beg. I'll leave his name on there while I type that, and you can show your next item. Let Karen know what you're starting at.
My next item will start at $23. And oh dear, my next item is another lovely Victorian walnut gilded ebonized picture frame with glass. The glass isn't, well, I didn't look to see if it was wavy or not. Somebody's going to want to know if it's, don't buy it for the glass. I don't think that we've got original glass in here. I can pretty much tell, but no, I don't think that's the original glass, but it is a nice piece of glass, and I'll hold it up for you to see it. It will hold a picture by the size of 12 by 10. And let me stand up and get you to see it. And I'm not going to be able to see the camera. So if there's questions, David, throw them at me.
I will.
That's what you call a deep dish pizza. That's a deep dish Victorian era picture frame of walnut. You know what I'm talking about. And this was the style to partially ebonize it and gild it. Yeah. And that's beautiful old walnut. Look at that. It's never been refinished. That picture frame is probably from 1885. And it's wonderful. And you get the fun of hanging it up. And Aunt Mildred can come along in her white gloves and go, because it will collect dust. Now that frame will take a 10 by 12 picture, or you could put a mat in it. Of course, as you know, if you have a smaller picture. And we'll let you see the back of it. So it's got its wire that's little hooks that are held in there. And the glass is held in place by the nails. Pull the nails out and put a new back on it. But for those of us who like old wood, this is what we love. Look at that. You're not going to find that at IKEA. What, am I allowed to say that? Ooh,
No, there's no way.
I don't think I'm. Just bleep that out. That is antique mahogany. I'm sorry, it's walnut. Yep. All right, so let's count it down. I'm not sure where we are.
We're at 30 right now.
Okay. And I will ship this one with the glass in it, so you don't have to get your own piece of glass. All right, counting this wonderful antique picture frame down. 10, 9. Let me back up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. All right. Sit yourself down. Ooh, ouch.
And we have Patsy M at 39 before the stop.
Patsy M, you got the other one. Did it get to you? Did it get to you yet? It takes a while for them to get all the way across the country. Wait, was Patsy M at what, David? I'm sorry.
39.
Okay. Patsy, thank you.
Great buy, Patsy. That's a gorgeous frame.
Patsy, I am on the edge of my seat until you tell me that Flow Blue platter has made its way across the 50 states. I am on the edge of my seat. That's it.
Patsy's in the Northwest, right?
Yes.
She bought the big, you remember the 3 or 4 foot blue mirror I had?
Yes.
She purchased that and it got there safe and sound. Tammy was so nervous. And we didn't hear from her, so no news was good news, right?
Listen, we can pack it to survive 4 or 5 nor'easters, but if it gets abused by one of the carriers, it's not here yet, Scott. Well, it's on its way, Patsy. I'm telling you.
Or one of the carriers is having a bad day and he takes it out on your package.
They throw. Oh my gosh,
Y'all seen the videos. Y'all seen those home videos.
I've seen it, but it's on its way. I'm still holding my breath. Thank you, Patsy.
We're coming up on our first hour. We will take a little intermission in about 5 minutes. So I'll go ahead and show the next item.
Okay.
And Karen, this will be starting at $36. Starting at $36. 4 silver trim cocktail rock glasses made in Italy.
Ooh.
So I have 4 of these. I've left the made in Italy on there. So these are very unique design. So 3 3/4 tall, 3 inches wide at the base. Very nice design. I brought our little prop here so you can see the silver rim in the style of Dorothy Thorpe, but these are not Dorothy Thorpe. But look at the twist on the bottom, how it's twisted counterclockwise on the bottom. These are ready for all your holiday cocktails: old fashioned, whiskey sour, amaretto sour, Negroni, salty dog, mojito. You get 4. There's 1. And there's 2. I only have 2 hands, so. And I'm not trying to get my paws all over them. Nice, heavy, very stylish cocktail rock glasses. And I just love that twist design, that counterclockwise twist.
That makes them
unique. The base.
Good night, Robin.
Good night, Robin. Thanks for joining us tonight. If anyone stayed up late for Tammy's marathon, then more power to you. I know you're feeling it at this hour, because I know my my wake up call got here really early because I was helping Tam, and then I was finishing up my notes for this cell at 12:30 Central. So, okay, I will count it down. You get 4 of these beautiful Italian-made bar cocktail glasses. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll wait for Karen to do the stop. We have Patricia right now as the bidder. Exhausted.
What?
It was fun last night. Thank you, Karen, for the stop. Thank you, Patricia. These are yours. Just send your info to the email scrolling on the bottom. And while I make a note, I will make Scott big, and he can let Karen know what his next item is.
Am I supposed to be in top chat or live chat?
Live chat.
All right.
And we can take a break since you're first, and we've come upon the first hour.
You want to do the intermission right now?
Yeah, let's go ahead and because I'm at that was my 5th item, so you'll be starting your 6th.
Okay.
So it's a nice chance to
Intermission.
take a little break. I don't know if you want to eat your dry chicken.
Listen,
I'm assuming it's dry. You said you overcooked it.
I did, because the thing was that it says you can cook it from frozen. And I did overcook it because I wanted to make sure that accidentally, you don't want to eat undercooked chicken, and it was frozen. So it's a little chewy, but
isn't it cooked if it's frozen? Don't they pre-cook it?
These aren't. Good question,
oh.
David. This particular thing is not. And I know it must, to you, it must look like, ugh. But do you like my Bakelite fork?
Love those Bakelite. Love Bakelite anything. Do you like my Van Briggle?
I have Van Briggle envy.
I almost brought this to the sale tonight. I've got 3 pieces in my office. I don't need a 4th. The office is coming along.
I can't believe that's not shipped.
No. Funny thing about this, because I'm okay, so Van Briggle worked for Rookwood, the storied Rookwood Pottery House. And he of course, well, the story is he got tuberculosis. He needed a better environment, so he moved to Colorado. The mountain air of Colorado was supposed to help him. And meanwhile, at Rookwood, he was trying to bring back the Ming Dynasty blue in the pottery. So that's a glaze he was working on and mastered. And it's funny because his primary investor and champion for his new company was the owner of Rookwood. She bought it and said, "Go for it, my man, go for it." She invested in his company, helped him, and you know who came from? It's funny how this goes. Van Briggle, Hull, Hull. He came from the house of Van Briggle. He was a designer at Van Briggle as well. Then he started his own company.
Isn't it funny how someone would go from one company to the next and sell their molds to the next and marry his daughter and divorce his wife and move in with this one, and the companies just, they shared each other's expertise and people went from place to place. And that's a great, thanks for telling us, David. I didn't know all that history, so you taught me something.
I love it. I have a lamp in the office, the acorn bowl or planter, which have some potpourri in there just to keep it nice and fresh in there. And then that nice, sleek bud vase.
I know, Lisa, I didn't. Lisa, the RN, says you never updated us on the item that you took somewhere in New Jersey to be appraised. I didn't. And I promise you, I'm not trying to be mysterious about it.
He's still working on with PBS on that documentary. So it's kind of like behind the scenes.
It's such a fantastic item. It's one of those items that, and I don't mean to be dramatic about it or try to keep you on the edge, but it's so one of a kind and unique that I don't really want to say anything yet, because I don't really want anybody to sort of start doing their own. I kind of want to.
Oh yeah.
Let me just. I need to get the whole thing figured out, but
you don't want to get it all convoluted with.
I don't want
18 different versions.
Yeah, so I'm telling you what, it's not a hook to get you to keep watching, but I'm still working on that. I promise you, I haven't forgotten. And the dollhouse, you love that dollhouse. People ask me weekly, "Where's that dollhouse?" It is still in the garage at my parents' house. I have not moved it yet. It will be moved eventually over here to the 1925 bungalow. I will finish the restoration, and it will be for sale, furnishings included. Eventually.
Yosi Mold Company. Have you heard of that? You see Pee Wee's
No. Yosi?
Yosi Mold Company?
Who?
Never heard of it. I haven't heard of it.
Yosi Mold Company. No.
Okay. Did you get your breath? Have you had enough chicken?
Yeah, I'll continue to pick at it after we go off camera. It hasn't quite lived up to its promise, but I'll try it again.
Maybe if you have a little more time and you can, something you've never tried that before, right?
No, and it was frozen. And
sometimes you got to play with new things until, like, there's certain items I cook. I know it's 2 minutes, 25 seconds, not a second sooner, not a second later.
What's 12 plus 7? 19?
12 plus 7? Yeah, 19.
Okay.
Okay, you're next.
All right.
Break's over. Everyone, run back from the potty. I hope you didn't lock yourself in.
Well, I can't because my potty is upstairs.
And let Karen know what your start is, Scott.
My start is $30. And you'll be the only one with this chinoiserie style 1920s metal lamp. I'm gonna bring it in and let you see it. It's not cloisonné, but it's imitating cloisonné. This type of thing was popular in the 1920s. Let's go from the top down. From the top, you get these beautiful old sockets. Look at that. With the pull chains, listen. That's a sound you don't hear that much anymore. Look at the pull chain.
Music to these ears.
It is. And then we go down to the brass top with a lovely patina. And look at how gorgeous. This is made of metal. Now, it's unmarked. I didn't expect it to be marked. This was not an expensive item. It's copying cloisonné. It's copying Asian pottery. But we're clearly back in the era of the 1920s. You can imagine. So there's the metal bottom. There's one tiny little dent back here. You see that? Well, it's a little dimple. You see it? Uncle Henry had one too many, came in, knocked the lamp over.
One toddy too many.
Yeah. It's 19 inches tall. You get yourself a beautiful silk shade. Don't put 100-watt light bulbs in this. Put 25-watt light bulbs in this. And you'll have a beautiful little accent lamp. It can sit on a table like that right next to a chair. Take a look at the colors. They're vibrant. Yeah. Now, I know it does kind of look like cloisonné, but as I said, we don't have metal partitions with enamel in them. This is a baked on, painted on finish on this metal. And it's trying to look a little bit more expensive than it really was. And I think that's kind of what's really charming about it. It's got an electrical cord, which is fine. You know, I always tell everybody, if you get nervous, now I would use it just like this. If you get nervous, go and have it, rewire it yourself, or get somebody to do it. It won't cost you much, but you can use it as it is. The sockets are fine. The electrical cord is okay on it. And boy, I'll tell you what, that's just, I can see this on the back of a mahogany console table, sofa table, you know, behind the Davenport with a silk shade on it. Classic. It's not rusted either. And it's all metal. And if there are no questions...
It's beautiful. Does it glow?
It does not glow.
Jeffrey was asking.
Well, and Jeffrey is Is it from the 60s? No, this is from the 1920s. Am I reading that wrong? Oh, his are from 60s. I'm not sure. I guess I'm reading that out of context, Jenny. This one goes back to the era of the 1920s. You wouldn't get sockets and pull chains like that. Look at that. And I didn't even clean it. We'll count it down.
Interesting question from Judy. Does the finial indicate a glass shade?
This would not have had a glass shade. No.
Haley's in at 52. There is a fly in here. He's bugging me. She fly.
This wouldn't have had a glass shade. This would have had a parchment or a silk. Almost certainly it would have had a silk shade and not a shade of glass. Good question.
In at 53. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, good question. I'll let you see the top a little bit
So
more.
I really don't understand that question. So how would the finial?
Well,
would it be a rounded edge? Not. I mean,
by the time this lamp was made, those big sort of slag glass shades were becoming out of style. And if a slag glass shade were meant to sit on this, there would be a heat cap, which this is not.
Okay, that makes sense.
And you would be able to, you would see and you would be able to know, first of all, if a glass shade sat on it, you'd see on the top that there would be sort of ghost marks where that glass shade was, but that's not a heat cap. The wires from the two sockets are connected up under this piece right here. And I've seen lamps like this in catalogs, and I'm 99% certain that it would have had a silk shade, some type of a silk or a parchment shade on it, probably a pretty silk shade. So I'll count it down. You ready for me to count this down? We'll do it. So it's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And it would be much wider at the top. If a slag glass lamp were meant to sit on this, the circumference of the top would be wider than that to accommodate it. But it's...
Congratulations, Haley.
It's on its way.
Haley Coletta is your winner at 55. I will keep her on the screen for you.
Hallie. Coletta. Coletta. Haley, thank you so much. And don't forget to send all that information. I'll do the invoices tomorrow morning. So either send me your information now, which would be helpful so that I know it's correct, or tonight when we go off, or first thing tomorrow morning, and then I can get the invoice out to you. Haley, thank you. And thank you, everyone who placed your bids. Thanks, David.
Oh, you're welcome. And thanks, everyone that bid.
Yes.
I will hide that comment. This next item starting at $12. Something I don't know a lot about, made in England. I've seen these in shops. And I thought I was just drawn by the scenery. Starting at 12, and it's a nice brass frame, brass plate, ready to hang, made in England, and I guess it's what they call foil art. Let me get in there. It's a nice scene from an open window overlooking I guess, a port. You can see the lighthouse right in the middle of the scene. Boats on the windowsill, some pottery with flowers and blooms. In the bowl, I guess to your right under my finger is a nice little spyglass. So whoever's looking out the window can peer out into the that scene or port, or look what's going on the ship. So Karen's at 12 and I see Robert at 15. This is the frame is 7 inches and a quarter in circumference. And then the art, the inner circle where the foil art is 5.5 inches circumference. And I just don't know the time period. I'm thinking 40s. Maybe it could be started a little earlier, maybe into the early 50s. I'm not sure. I don't know much about that, but it's gorgeous. And the holes, let me show these holes that are in the frame. That's the clasp that pinches inward that holds this picture in. So instead of being pinched in the back, it's pinched forward to hold in that foil art. But I love the design. Nautical, yes, but more of a port scene. And there's the stamp, made in England, brass. And I will count this down. We won't spend a lot of time on it. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And we'll wait for Karen's stop. Thank you, everyone who bid. Thanks for joining us tonight. And Karen's going to have a stop. Karen must have a lag. There we go. Okay, Robert, back in the day, finds at 26. Thank you, everyone that bid. I appreciate it. Jan and Jenny, thank you. That's going to be yours, Robert. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I have a pair of cast iron bookends. They stand 5 inches tall, and they are cold painted with a colonial scene. They are unmarked, but I have no doubt they are American made. I've seen these before, and I can't. Sometimes you get a foundry mark, and sometimes you don't. And on these, I don't have a mark. It's sometimes here, and I've got the other one here where the felt has come off, so it's not hiding behind the felt. You can see the two. And we're starting at $20. These are heavy. I'll hold it still. I'll hold each one still so you can see the beautiful cold painted scene here, which has never been touched up.
I love that paint.
Oh, don't we love our old cold painted scenes? And here's the second one. You can see that they're both in the same condition. The cold paint is in good condition on them both. Now, if we have any bookend collectors in here, you may know the maker, and you might be able to tell us. And I know people love old bookends, and boy,
I love the detail of the foreground, or the as the bookend swoops.
Oh, I do as well. The rock, sort of the
that's gorgeous. It almost looks like slag glass.
Yeah.
All right, slag. The actual slag, the rock. I'm sorry, not glass.
I know that my camera gets blurry when I move in, but it would have been so easy at some point for a do-gooder to take a can of spray paint to these.
You know, I'll show you those bookends I have where someone painted them, and they're from the 30s. But as the paint gets old, I'm not mad anymore. I'm like, how could they have painted these? But look at this set I have. And I
I'm
don't
trying to
mind
see.
because now that paint they did years ago is starting to oxidize. So I'm not
Oh,
mad at
see.
them. I'm like, oh, how could they have
Yeah,
painted these? But
yeah,
oh well,
yeah.
I wouldn't do it.
No, it's great to find them
Slate, yes, Haley. I'm sorry, slate.
when they survive, uh, and not to be repainted. But it's a funny thing because bookends. Of course, we have bookends today, but it's not something that people think about
Mm-hmm.
going out and buying bookends for someone, because just think when these were made back in that era, there were books all over the house and there were library tables and everybody had books. And this was a wonderful gift that you could give to a father or someone graduating from college or that kind of thing. So there were always books and bookends, and that's a fun thing to collect, especially if you don't have a lot of space. You can spend the next 30 years collecting antique bookends. This lovely cast iron set, heavy. We will count them down.
Do you have an estimate on the weight, maybe ish?
Oh, that's a 5 pound of sugar right there.
Okay.
That's a 5 pound of sugar right there. I think we got 10 pounds here.
Okay.
I really do think that we do. So I will.
A loaf of bread, a bottle of milk, and a bag of sugar.
I will
I
count
forgot how
this.
it went on PBS.
I don't remember, David. 10, 9,
Oh no. Okay, I remember now.
8,
A bottle of milk, a loaf of bread, and a stick of butter.
7, 6,
Just
5,
fly.
4, 3, 2, 1. Handsome bookends.
Beautiful.
You cannot repaint them.
No, do not. And let all the dust settle on them.
Don't clean them.
Never clean them.
All right. Oh, dear. So you'll have to... Oh, you have the thinkers. Yeah. A stick of butter.
A loaf of bread, a bottle of milk, and a stick of butter. I have, back in the day, fines at 61 before the stop.
Hey, back in the day.
Now, Karen is not in StreamYard.
Huh?
Karen's seeing it real time on YouTube on the feed. So she may have a slight little lag. So get your bid in because it's not going to be right when we say 3, 2, 1. She has to wait for it to run all the way to North Carolina into her little town, into her house, and to get the feed that you're getting. And internets are different. So
Thank you, back in the day fines, because you, I know, received the PDF of the label that I sent you. You're going to stick it on that box and send those pink dishes to Attic Fair because I messed it up in my feverish stupor. I messed up some boxes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And those pink dishes are on their way.
beautiful. Okay, you've got your info you need.
$61 back in the day.
Okay.
Thank you, everyone.
I will clear the banner before I get yelled at.
Is somebody mad? Who's
No,
mad?
no. Sometimes we'll get a little note to clear the banner. But I'm on it. I cleared it. Well, just like that, Scott, that was his item number 7, I think. So here's my item starting at $16.
That was my number 8.
Was it?
Yep.
What did I miss one? No. Okay.
I think because I don't know, but that was my 8th thing.
Oh wow. I didn't miss anything. Oh well, that's okay. Starting at 16 for this next item. Thank you, Karen. It is barware. Now, this is going to be hard to date for me because on the original box, This tool that I'm pointing at right now is listed as a beer can opener and bottle opener. So we have stainless steel with rosewood handles. So all the wood you see is rosewood. And this particular item is listed on the box as a beer can opener. So this is early on before the pull tab. We know the pull tab started, I believe, in as early as 29, like the first versions of it. But, you know, up until the late 50s, some gentlemen were still opening beer cans with this can opener, the beer can opener. So not everyone had the pull tab. So on the box, this is listed as a beer can opener and a bottle opener.
Hey, David.
Yes.
You were right. I only sold 7. My mistake.
Okay.
Continue.
Okay.
I got excited with chicken.
So this set has the cork puller, bar mixing spoon, beer can opener, icebreaker, bottle opener, which is part of the beer can opener, a bar knife, and the muddler in the original box. Now the graphics on the box has something to be desired, but you can see where it lists what is what. But that's the original box, and everything's there. You don't see nothing's missing as far as the slots go. So stainless steel and rosewood. And these may be as late 50s going into the early 60s, just because of this tool is listed as a beer can opener. So the pull tab was not quite as popular or widespread yet. So you're dating that to the late 50s, early 60s. And I will count it down: 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Don't get sniped. Very handsome set. I love seeing vintage bar tools and barware. Yeah, it's a beer bottle opener and, of course, the beer can opener before there's a pull tab. So there's their bottle opener, then the can opener as well. Okay, that I think we have Pee Wee Treasures. That's yours at 20. Okay, great. Thank you, everyone that bid. I really appreciate it.
Now, for one money, starting at $20, I've got 3 glass vases. You get all 3 of these vases, and we're starting at 20. We've got a 10-inch and an 11-inch and a 13-inch. Let's look at them. Let's look at the big one first. Well, let's look at all 3 of them. Get them up there. There they are. They're swung vases. These are old. They're antiques. Right. We see these a lot of times in carnival or opalescent or opaques. But these 3 vases go back to the era of, when they were making these, 1910 or so into the early 30s. And you're going to get all 3 of them. No chips, no cracks, no damage on any of them. Well, there might be damage on one. That's, if you don't mind, a little bit of purple. We'll talk about that in 1 second. Here's the big one. Now, none of them are marked. Again, $20, you get all 3. This one is the nice big 13-inch. Look at the fingers on the top. Do you love it?
Beautiful.
Hold it still. Let's look at the whole thing and the bottom and the bottom. All right, that's the 13-inch. Now we go to the 11-inch. Look at that. And it's twisted. Yeah, see the fingers? Look in there. See the bottom? This one needs a little more cleaning. I had a brush. I couldn't get all the way down in there, but I love the twisted design on that.
That's a trick, isn't it? Getting all the way to the bottom.
It is. And then the smallest one is 10 inches. Now remember, it's one price for all three of them. The smallest one, you got to get in there and clean it as well. You can see that that one is pretty as well. Now, with my lights down here, you can't really tell. This one has just started to turn slightly lavender. Sat in the windowsill, the manganese gets acquainted with the sunlight, and it starts to turn it purple. And for people who collect glass, it is considered damaged when that sun turns it purple, but there's just a slightest hint of lavender to it, and you know, not everybody has an issue with that. So all three of these clear swung glass vases in clear glass, I've given you the dimensions and told you the conditions, and we do have an opening bid of $20 from M. Rodriguez, and if there are no questions, we'll count them down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On the set of 3 clear glass. And I had somebody ask me, did they actually swing them? Yes, they did. Mm-hmm. Now, I've got footage from the Fenton factory with the men, and the glass is still attached to the pole, and they are just like twirling like they are, you know, on the like the flags. Remember in marching band how the flags used to do all that twirling stuff, and they would swing them. And
Marisol Rodriguez gets that at 40.
That's how they would get stretched. Okay, so 40 on those. And it is M. Rodriguez. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And thank you, everyone who placed your bids. I appreciate everyone. Thank you, folks. What you going to do with them, M. Rodriguez? Do you have a collection of them? So much you can do with clear glass. And I like the 3 sizes. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah. It's your turn, David.
My next item. Let's see.
Go off camera. I'm still here, but I'm going off camera.
Sure.
All right, I'll be right back.
This is starting at $20 choice. So there's 2 items choice. You can buy 1, buy 2, get both, but it's going to be the same money for both, whatever the bid is. So $20 choice. And if you've noticed the 2 ladies behind me in these deco frames, and I'll pull these down as soon as I see Karen type that in. There we go. So before we start the bidding, 2 deco frames. I've left the original photos in there. So we have servicewoman here. Nice note to her. She sent this to her grandfather. The issue with this is that these wear out a little bit, so it's not as stiff as it normally would be. So you have to delicately display that. The frames are 6 by 5 each, and they hold a 3.5 to 4.5 picture. So there's that one. I'll set it down. This one, beautiful photo in this one. Now, the stand tore, so they jimmied up one, which I just think that's endearing because, you know, they wanted to display their ancestor or their family member. So that tour, they made a little makeshift one, but her photograph is gorgeous. So these are $20 choice. Beautiful deco frames. Let me get in here. A little slight paint loss there. And again, the total frame is 6 by 5 inches. And it holds 3.5 to 4.5 inch photo. So I'll keep a slight paint loss on this edge. These are old frames, so you're going to have that with some moves and people changing out pictures. I don't think this was changed out for a while because she sent this to her grandfather. But beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And if you're collecting Art Deco, these are a nice little starter set for these frames. Very old frames.
Oh, David, those are great.
Okay, I will count these down unless someone 10, 9, 8. I can't see the screen, so I'm just want to display these. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I will set these down. And I've missed the chat, so I need to.
Oh, yeah, you've got.
Okay. Just waiting for the stop now.
Okay.
Karen has to stop, and I see Gliney 18 at 35.
I think it's Gliney.
Gliney 18 at 35. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lisa, for bidding as well. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Karen, for that stop. And I'm just going to leave that on the screen while I get my note down, Scott, if you don't mind.
Hey,
Thank
Bonnie.
you very much.
I hope that doesn't go away too. Bonnie says, grandfathers are precious, and Veterans Day means a lot to me because one of my grandfathers served in the Navy and was in the Pacific Theater. Hey, Bonnie, we need to chat.
Okay, I need to clear up something real quick.
Okay.
Gliney, this was choice. So do you want both at 35 or one of the frames at 35? And if so, which one if you only want one? Because this was a choice. The suspense is killing me. Both. Okay, thank you. Just wanted to clarify that. Thank you very much. Got it.
Those are nice.
Go ahead, Scott.
I forget who I was chatting with. Was it Bonnie? Hey, Bonnie, I had a grandfather in the Navy, in the Pacific Theater, in World War II. Maybe they were on the same ship. We need to chat. I've got now, we're going to start at $23, 7 inches tall. $23, 7 inches tall. I did a little matchmaking again, and I will spare you. I will not sing Matchmaker as I did the other night, and everybody booed at me. But we've got a blue glass L.E. Smith vase. David will recognize that.
Yep. And you and I shared some info.
We did. But I have taken that blue vase and decided to marry it with a set of blue candlesticks. These are from the 1930s. So is this. Cobalt blue. Now, we know that's L.E. Smith. David was telling me about it. 7 inches tall. It did have a silver line around it, which Granny washed off in the sink. That's fine. Sometimes those platinum bands don't always survive, but that's what that is. Now notice how the blue glass here, these candlesticks, very nice. You could put this at the top of your buffet, and put these on either side of it. These go back to the Depression era, the 1920s into the 30s. Classic form. And I don't know exactly, once again, it's hard to determine. There were 10, 15, 20 companies in the USA making glass like this, maybe even up to 30, probably even 30. And it could be several companies that made this type of blue glass candlesticks. But these are old, again, Depression era. And look at them with the L.A. Smith vase. Did I do okay with the marriage, David?
Oh, yeah. Excellent job.
Somebody suggested it the other night. It wasn't my idea. I don't know who it was, but somebody said you ought to sell all those together. So I'm going to do it.
Let me show you my cup. Oh, let me get that.
So for you cobalt blue fans, now let's see. Absolutely, he and 2 of his brothers were on the same ship. Bonnie, this is killing me because my grandfather was on the same ship with one of his brothers. Okay, this is freaky. Don't tell me that your grandfather was in. Was he in Tunisia for a while? Did he land in North Africa? Take a look at this. So, that's the blue one that David has there.
No, this is black.
Oh, that's the black.
This is the one you gave me, but.
Oh, yeah. I see L.E. Smith in blue. I never find it in blue.
And this has the round base, so.
Well, let me go ahead and count this one down, David, and we'll move along. I'll go ahead and sell this set. That's beautiful. And so these 3 pieces, all won money. These are yours. And here we go. 10, 9, 8. My fingers are sort of in the way. Oops. What am I doing? 10. Oh, wait a minute. I've gone and thrown my head. I think I've just thrown my chicken plate on the floor. Isn't that awful?
Uh-oh.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, if Bonnie comes back and tells me that her grandfather was in Tunisia as well, then she and I must be cousins.
There's a stop. And what? No way. Jeffrey Reed at $60.
Jeffrey Reed. Jeffrey. Thank you, Jeffrey. And you know what? Thank you, Jeffrey, for making a...
Bonnie says he was from Massachusetts as well as the rest of her family. I think y'all have a connection there, Scott.
Girl, we need to talk.
Because Scott's family is from Connecticut.
Well, no, my father's mother's family is from Connecticut, Rhode Island. We need to talk, Bonnie. All right,
On a
Jeffrey,
special episode of Old Curiosity Shop.
Thanks, Jeffrey. I appreciate that. Thanks, everybody who placed bids. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. And I'm either going to see Jeffrey in New England or he might make his way down here around, because he did a great job the other night. And I appreciate that, Jeffrey, helping out the other night with the live sale.
Okay, you MCM fans that love paintings, that old, where the paint sticks out, they've knifed it, oil on canvas. This is a small, beginner's piece. We're starting at $15. Y'all know the art I'm talking about, where the paint's raised, it's put aside very thick.
Yep.
Sometimes you see large renditions of this. This is on oil on canvas. Let me get a background on it.
Mm-hmm.
Oil on canvas, and I will move this around where you can see some of the detail. Ships like in a bay. That background green, these shadows could, I guess, resemble maybe hillside or like a mountainous coast. See the sunlight in the middle there, and you can see, let me zoom in. It's not signed. And the texture on this is amazing. Not framed. They've applied the canvas on a thin piece of wood, so it's ready to frame. See the wood on top where it doesn't quite meet with the canvas. But this is oil on canvas and then applied to a thin piece of wood and ready for framing. But it's really neat. It's ready for a nice old MCM frame. I just go looking for frames just to match this thing. But I love the colors. I love that design from that era. Just they didn't do this type of almost like very similar, but you know, this is of course not signed by anyone, but it's beautiful the way they styled that.
David, it reminds me of that painting of like a naked Spanish lady. Do you remember that? It's like what am I, you know what I mean.
You'll have to show that to me when I visit you again.
No, come on now. You know what I mean. Like there was she was on the floor with all this black hair, and there was this like Spanish colonial revival furniture behind her on like a red shag carpet. Come on now, you know what I'm talking about. We didn't have that at my house. I'll be quiet.
I will count it down. It's
All
hard
right.
to show this and see bids. Okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
Now I hear the club music going.
Mm-hmm.
It's in my head now. 10, 9, 8,
See?
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for this lovely painting.
Yeah, black velvet, Lisa. That's right.
Black velvet. There's a stop. I see Patsy M first at 35.
You know what I'm talking about.
Patsy M, that's yours. Thank you very much. Thank you, Elderly Poodle, for bidding and everyone else that was bidding. I really appreciate it. And I think Scott is on his last item, unless it's a choice.
I'm on my last item.
Several items. I don't know. We shall see.
I'm on my last item. Now look, I love Christmas. Love it, love it, love it, love it. And I have to stick with tradition. Nary a Christmas decoration was seen at my house until after my father's birthday on December the 10th. So I think it's wonderful for everyone who is so excited about the warmth of the Christmas season. And you go ahead and you decorate anytime you want. For me, I hold back a little while. But let's do one Christmas item. Because you know what? Christmas is coming. And you know who's getting fat. That's the goose, right? You know that song, David? You know you do. I'm not going to sing it. Can you see we have 2 winking eye salt and pepper shakers made in Japan.
Starting at
Yes, I was waiting for you to sing Christmas is Coming, the Goose is Getting Fat, and you didn't do it. 8 doll hairs. That's right. Please to put the penny in the old man's hat. I said I wasn't going to sing it, but it's addictive. Let's all do it together. You ready?
Now, when I was a young man, I never thought I'd...
That is not it. No. Go to the back of the class. I've got 2 salt and pepper shakers made in Japan, and they've got that. See how their beards stick down? So you know what you do with these. You put them on a shelf like that. See, they'll sit just like that, and their little beards will stick down, and they can be a decoration, and you don't even have to see the holes in their heads. Jeffrey's laughing at me because he knows I have to get my holiday pants out. You know what my holiday pants are, David? They're the only
holiday pants.
They're
the crushed velvet?
No, they're the only pants I can fit in between Halloween and Valentine's Day because
your gray sweatpants.
Well, not only is the goose putting on a few pounds, but come on, so what?
It's the time to eat.
That's right.
It's what you do.
So I've got these, and look, the older you get, it doesn't get any easier, right? So, all right, look at that. Salt and pepper shakers. Christmas is coming. The goose is getting fat. Please to put a penny in the old man's hat. If you haven't got a penny, a halfpenny will do. If you haven't got a halfpenny, well, then God bless you. A little salt and pepper. Counting them down. I don't even know if we have any bids on them. I suppose somebody out there is going to want these little salt and pepper shakers from that era. The condition is great. I know they're not cold paint. They're not. The red is all. We've got all the red on the hats. There's the Japan from after the war and the little corks, from the 50s. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. It's a good thing my holiday pants match everything. 10. I don't even think we have any bids. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Did you see the back of their heads? 4, 3, 2, 1. Christmas is coming. I like the version that Miss Piggy sings. It's kind of calypso. You know that version that the Muppets sing?
No.
Oh, come on. You got to look it up. It has a little sort of a Bob Marley. I need to just be quiet.
Jeffrey Reed came in first at 26 before the stop.
Jeffrey Reed at 26. You are going to salt and pepper your Christmas goose with these. And I thank you. And I also thank you for letting me entertain you with my goofy self. And that's the end of my 10 items. And I'll be quiet now because it's now David's turn. And we'll chat for a little bit before we disappear tonight because it's only 10. We got what? Well, about 12 minutes left.
We got 12 minutes. This is going to start at 36.
Oh!
Good night, Kylo. Why are your hands going crazy?
Because I know
I did miss you, Jeffrey. I'm so sorry. What are you waving your hands for?
Because that is an exceptional piece, and I'm going to be quiet.
Okay, it's starting at 36. Beautiful stretch glass. Look at Scott. I'm going to hide you real quick so they can take it all in.
I think isn't it Fenton?
It's Fenton.
Yep.
I wish I had a black base that fits this. I have 2 where the foot will insert, but one's way too high. It looks ridiculous. And the other one's way too wide.
Yeah.
So you have to have the right one. Jeffrey's in at 36. Terry's at 38.
Oh, I have to go
He's
lie
at
down.
40. You have to have the right black base. All the ones I have, I've tried.
I'll be
I
right.
don't have the right one for it. Otherwise, I would have put it in there. But this, the deep rolled rim, the well-defined ribs. I love this one in green as well. That green is just awesome. But here's a gorgeous, gorgeous blue. Lisa's in at 48. Terry's in at 50. And this thing just pops. Okay, I guess he went to go find some more chicken. Clutch your pearls.
Oh,
Pee-wee says, new home sales designers watching this, take note and bid.
yep.
Very gorgeous piece of glass. I got this in Round Top. There are still deals to be found in Round Top. You just got to know where to look and know where to dig. What would you date this back to, Scott?
Oh, that's Fenton, and that's stretch glass just after the carnival glass era. So as carnival glass is on its way out, stretch glass comes in the teens into the 20s. So you're somewhere between 1915 to 1925, roughly, just roughly, And Fenton had names. I can't remember what Fenton called that. I have its sister piece right here in Florentine green, and this is also Fenton. I'm not.
Yeah, I love that green.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Fenton.
Yeah, beautiful.
This is a sister piece to the one that David has, and Fenton had names for all of it. This is not the Fenton from 1980 or 1990. This was called Florentine green, and I can't remember what Fenton called your color, David, but that's a beautiful piece. And it's fired. The glass is made, and then they spray it with a mineral salt mixture, and then they fire it again, and sometimes retool it, and you get the stretch marks. But that blue is fantastic. Celeste blue. That's it, Gerald. Gerald's got it. Thank you, Gerald. Celeste blue.
Celeste blue. Okay. Thank you, Gerald. Okay, I will count it down. Elderly Poodle's at 60. I'll count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. What a way to end the show. 3, 2, and 1. Karen will have the stop. She's a beauty.
Oh my gosh.
I love that green.
I'll let you see it again. I don't want to steal the thunder from your piece, though.
And I see Terry Trahan at 75 before the stop. Thank you, Terry. Terry got that whole check set earlier.
Oh, Terry, that check set, I love that. But that Celeste blue. Did you want to see the Florentine green again?
I do. Give me 1 second.
Lemmy gimme? Did you just say lemmy gimme?
Lemmy gimme.
How do you spell that?
Lemagimee.
Lemmy gimme.
Lemmy gimme.
Yeah, I know. I'll tell you what, Fenton did some beautiful. I bought this at the at the Columbus flea market, the one that I took you guys to, David. But it takes me about 40 minutes to get up to the Columbus flea market. So to get the good stuff, you get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. You leave at 4:30. You stop and you get some coffee and a donut and some money out of the bank, and you get into the parking lot at about
Get your breakfast wrap with no cheese.
That's right. And you're out in the parking lot. Sun ain't up. Sun doesn't come up for another hour, and you walk around with flashlights. Are we crazy in Jersey? Does anybody else in any other state know of flea market? And probably, where they're out there in flashlights. And year round, snow, sleet, doesn't matter. But anyway, that particular morning, that's why we get up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
That is beautiful.
Anyway, Terry, you got some great, that was a beautiful piece of glass. Thank you, everyone. Did we sell
I'm glad I could share that one. That was beautiful.
Are we sold out?
Yes. We're sold out.
Well, some folks have already started to say that is the official end of the sale tonight. So good night, everyone who's getting ready to turn out the lights. Good night, good night, good night. And if you're still hanging on, I guess David and I might chit chat for a minute or two.
We will. I want to thank Karen for moderating and doing the start and stops.
Thank you, Karen.
KP for putting in the information.
And KP.
Everyone who bid, thank you very much. Jeffrey Reed says he is gorgeous. Jeffrey, you're gorgeous.
Jeffrey says he's gorgeous?
Yeah, I'll highlight it. Jeffrey just says gorgeous.
You got your holiday pants on?
No work for Jeffrey tomorrow. How'd you score that? No way.
I am. What time is it, David?
It's only going to be 11, Scott. You're fine.
So I can mention. I mean, it is after 10 o'clock. Or 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock. I have been watching. Listen, most of us here are of a certain age. Now, hold on. So, a good friend of mine who is 10 years my junior is having his first colonoscopy tomorrow.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Are you going to live stream?
Well, no, but I said, listen, take it from me. He was a mess. I said, look, don't eat anything red or orange. Enjoy the Jell-O, enjoy the broth, the chicken broth. You'll be fine. But anyway, I know nobody wants to hear about this, but I'm going to pick him up, go to Philly tomorrow, pick him up, take him to the hospital, stay there, wait till it's over, drive him home in the middle of the day. Why did that come up? I guess we were talking about what we're going to do tomorrow. But the funny thing is, the whole time during this live sale, when I go up and I do something on my cell phone, he's sending me messages like, oh, I'm so nervous. I'm like, so, yes, you'll be fine.
Get screened, everybody.
Absolutely. So,
don't be shy.
I guess because you asked me about, so I'll do my invoices in the morning, and then I'll go do that, and then I'll pack everything in the afternoon to get it all shipped out the next day.
The greatest wealth you have is your health. The greatest wealth you have is your health. Take care of yourselves. Get screened. Take care of yourselves. That's all I can say. I can say no more.
Well, we ought to be able to share that with each other since we're sitting here. You know, we spent all this time together. Yes. Do it. Don't put it off. Well, David, I think you should probably change the subjects.
That's fine. Yeah, we can change the subject. I don't know where the fly went. That fly was bothering me the whole cell.
Not that there's anything wrong with talking about colonoscopies, but.
Well, you know, I've looked at the calendar. I thought maybe we could sneak up there and say hello, knock on the front door. It's just not going to be possible. I'm trying. I don't want to go there in the winter. I'm not built for the winter, but
I'll turn the heat up.
well, we'll see. I don't know. Maybe early spring, late winter. Maybe we can get up there. Tam, are you listening? Prevention, yes, prevention. Thank you, everyone. We appreciate it. Hit the thumbs up. It does something to, I don't know. It's free to hit the thumbs up. Please do so if you get a chance. We are. Tammy is in the afterglow of her 12-hour marathon. So I don't know how she did it. And she picked the right person to end it because Margot in Nevada is a talker. And her first hour went by so quickly, and she stayed on for 5 hours. So that was amazing. We met so many people yesterday from all over the country. So hello if you're watching again. I see some new names in here, so thank you all that joined us tonight. Margot Mart, yeah, she came out with Margot Mart. It was so fun. Scott, thank you very much.
Thank you.
I love the new digs. That's great. I love it. I just keep looking and shopping in the background. I'm going to stop doing that, though. It's just a bad habit I have. A lot of that's family stuff. So, yeah.
But I haven't even shown you. You don't know what's on the other side. You don't know what you can't see.
You're right. No, I understand. Thank you, everyone. This is I can't believe this was sale number 10. Two Chaps number 10. And 11 is around the corner, and then 1 year, January, will be our 1 year anniversary for Two Chaps.
Well,
it comes pretty quick. Tammy and I go when we're looking for items or out and about and doing our thing, and I put so much pressure on myself because, like I've told you, I want our items to be of certain quality, certain uniqueness, some things that are, we don't see all the time. So I think we've remained kind of true to that. And since I don't do this regularly, I know I'm on with Tammy and I kind of help her out, but for me, it's just been a blast. I love it. I look forward to it every month, and it's just fun. There's Tam saying hi. Bonnie says that post-op colonoscopy sounds like tuba practice. Tuba players practicing scales.
Yes. The night before a colonoscopy. Never mind.
We'll stop.
Your body is an instrument. By the next morning, you turn into a French horn. So what I guess, and I will say that we'll have some videos this week. Now, hey, everybody, next Monday night, right? That's the third Monday in November. That's the Monday before Thanksgiving. Yeah. That'll be that'll be a live sale. And I will break out some of the Christmas because it's really time to get, if you want Christmas, it's time to me to get it in the mail to you. So we'll have some old Christmas next Monday night, a week from tonight. And then I don't know what time it will be, but it will be sometime on Thanksgiving Eve. Now, I'll be traveling over the river and through the woods, and grandparents are gone, but aunts and uncles and mother and stepfather are living, and cousins and all that. So we'll have a Thanksgiving dinner. When that's over, I'm coming back to my home here, and I'm not sure what time it'll be. We usually eat our Thanksgiving dinner around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and we have certain traditions in the afternoon in the early evening. But I imagine I'll be back here by 8 o'clock, 8:30, something like that. I'm going to slip into my pajamas and percolate a pot of coffee, and I'll have an extra slice of some kind of pie. I hope that you guys will join me Thursday night. Now, listen, don't turn me on if you've got family and grandkids and all that. Don't stay with them. You can see my face anytime. But if you don't have anything else to do and you're by yourself, or maybe the kids are gone and you're just kind of sitting there, join me Thursday night. I'll pop on at some time. Oh, I don't know. Maybe we'll do some trivia questions. Maybe we'll do some Christmas trivia questions or name that tune. Or maybe we'll just drink a cup of coffee and eat a piece of pie Thursday night on Thanksgiving, sometime in the evening. And so I hope you can join me.
We will be in Abilene, but I'm sure we can join you. You will say,
No,
we'll have Grammar say hello.
I do not want you to join me because you are going to be with family, and you cannot. You see,
Grammar's going to want to say hello, so we'll have her say hello.
You can watch me on rerun. So, all right.
Okay, just some. You have anything else going on this week?
Not that anybody needs to know about.
Okay, well, Tammy will be back tomorrow afternoon. 2 Chicks in a Chat with Martha with a vintage conversation, 2:00 Central.
All right.
And then Tammy and I will be back Wednesday night, 7:00 Central.
Okay.
And I'm sure we've got stuff lined up for that. And it should be fun time for all. Who knows what I'll wear that night? You never know. You never know what hat I'm wearing, whose hair I'm wearing, what outfit I'm wearing, what voice I'll be using.
It's what we wait for. It's what we wait for.
I don't know. Somehow it became a thing. So I don't know. We'll see. But thank you for everyone that joined us. Round of applause for everybody.
Reverse.
And we will call that a night. And we thank you again. We'll invoice as soon as possible and get everything out to you. And we hope you have a lovely rest of your evening. And we hope to see you soon.
So long for now. Bye, everyone.
Royal wave, Scott. Royal wave.
No.
Okay.
Good night.
Bye, everyone.
Toodle oodle noodles.